Hello, hello, Rockstars. How's everyone going? TSN Lambert, good morning. Lambert, good to have you here as always. Super Games, good evening. Super Games, good to have you here too, man. So today, exciting Ark of Osiris night tonight. What match are we going to check out? Obviously, the JST match. So we are looking at JST 1365 versus 44S Solar Family. And that's from Kingdom 1044. The match starts at 13 UTC. We are about 10 minutes away, so we got a little bit of time to have a chat, and then we go into the match. IDN Otter, yo, hey man, good to have you here. Blue T, hello, hey, Blue T, Ladus. Jack, good to have you here. We got quite a few members on chat. That definitely feels good. Now, guys, there's going to be quite a few exciting matches. So say, for example, this one is going to be pretty interesting. I believe 1021 Blackjack versus 74 NV. So this is definitely a match that I want to kind of keep an eye out on, but then saying that JST is playing, and I usually can't take my eyes off JST when they're playing. So I don't know how much, whether we'll even, kind of look at other matches. Apocalypse, hi, Ladus, greetings from New Zealand. Hey, man, good to have you here. Greetings from Sydney, I guess. Now, any other matches that's going to be interesting? I mean, TR is obviously an interesting match. That's something to do with TR has a lot of ups and downs. I mean, TR should be a top team. They should never have downs, only ups, but then, happens, I guess. NV, probably not going to be interesting at all. JST technically should kind of, win as much as JST has less power. Somehow JST always has less power. I don't know how that works. TR Helios, TR will win. Yeah, TR should win, man. TR should always win. TR is meant to be like a really strong team, but then sometimes TR does funny things. I don't know why. I mean, not in KvK, but in Ark. And then you got Song versus Samsung. Song should really win this as well. Oh, Samsung has a lot of power. Okay, so that's 15 UTC. No point looking at 15 UTC because 15 UTC, I got my own match, VC56 versus OV. This is the third time we're going to play OV, and I don't think it's going to be fun. Playing against OV is not fun. You know why? Check out those two, the number 2 on top of OV's, banner. 2-time champion. They lost a few players, but regardless, they're very strong. Check Discord quickly. All right, let me check Discord quickly. Why am I checking Discord quickly? All right, I will. Jack, I checked it, and I will check it out a little bit later. Yeah, after the stream, we'll check it out. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. That's very important, I guess. Now, OV. So we played against OV twice. One was in Arc League, and the other one was, what's it called? Grand Prix. Lost both of them. So we obviously tried to learn from our mistakes, and hopefully this time we put up a good show. But then, yeah, with OV, you never feel, confident, I guess. TSN, OV versus VC56 is most interesting in my opinion. Yeah, it's going to be fun. OV beat 56 in Grand Prix and round of 32, but this was close in a round of 32. Hard as hell to beat good teams 3x in a row. Yeah, so there's some positives, there's some negatives. So when we played OV, it never kind of felt like we were playing against 1V or JST. Like, OV didn't look as solid as they used to be. So there's definitely a little hope for us. So it's not like game over already. So in both matches, as you said, Lambu, there's a good chance that we can win. It was kind of close. So yeah. Now, one other match. So basically, out of all these matches, I think this is going to be the hardest or closest fought match. 74 NV and 1021. 1021 and 74 has a big power difference. But then, I believe in 1021. So I put a lot of coins, I think, on 1021. When it comes to the other matches, where else did I put money? Oh, we did put some on VC. But then there's somewhere else where we put coins. Can't remember. I think here. Yeah, this one. This is where I put some coins as well. 13 UTC, CPFW. I kind of like that alliance, that kingdom. They play really solid. KvK and ARK both. But then obviously we're not going to watch any of those matches because we are going to watch the JST match because that's the team we go for. That's the kingdom we play in. Captain Jack, before we start, Sep, hey buddy. Sep, hey man, good to have you here. So Sep's from 1365 as well. So good to have 1365 fellow kingdom mates here so that we can support the game together. Now we've got 5 minutes left. In the 5 minutes, one of the things I do actually want to do is send my farmers out. So this is going to be quick. This is good habit. Don't judge me. You see your farmers at home, you should really be doing it. I ideally should have done it before stream, but it takes like 2 seconds. Before you know it, it's going to be over. So let me just do that. Now in this account, in this 1365 account, all I can do now is farm because I can't even do barbs, and I'll show you why I can't do barbs there anymore. Actually, you can probably see from here. Actually, you can't. I'll show you in a bit. Yeah, now you know why I can't do barbs, right? That's 50. Okay, all right. Got 50. Rough. Sep is a Chul, by the way. Sep. Rough, hi Lotus, hey man, good to have you here. So good to have Rough here. Rough is one of the rally leaders from 1365. I'm a big fan of his rallies, and it's good to know that he kind of likes our streams as well, and he shows up often, which we love. But you know what? I wish whole of 1365 was here because apparently we don't check out any other matches. The only match that we stream is JST matches because obviously you support your kingdom before, you know, other things that are happening, even if they're more interesting. Oh, that's not enough. Manuel Cotto, Soy, Sabra 65. Hi, hey man. Only rally without gears. Rough doesn't have gears. Rough, what are they saying, man? I thought you had gears. I put my troops in a rally and you don't have gear. What are they talking about? Why is this gold coming? Yeah, we'll just do it anyways. All right, so farming done. So now we got 4 minutes left. What do we do in the 4 minutes? We quickly click. And then we're gonna check out the brackets maybe a little bit. Actually, this clicking is not that important. I can do these clicks later. This is more important though. Let's do some so that I'm not wasting donation opportunities. Okay, that's done as well. All right, let's go to ARK. Let's not waste people's times, ladders. We don't even know where to click for ARK. Okay, I know. Seriously. I forgot one gear one time and Sep will remind you. Yeah, man, that's how it is. If you forget one time, what do you expect, man? I'm on Sep's side on this. All right, so what are we looking at? We are looking at the playoff brackets. Is this what we are looking at? Yes, this is what we are looking at. So in case somehow if we win today, which is VC 56, we are gonna probably face TR. Not that I think we will win, but if we do, then we face TR. So that's gonna be, you know, kind of fun. On the top half, there's this half actually looks easier than, you know, other areas. So look at that. There's Song is a good team, but the other one's not, you know, that solid. But the big boys are on this side. You got 1V and JST on the same side. So JST, if they win today, they get to taste 1V's little brother NV, and that I don't know whether JST can win that for sure. Like, I hope we do, but then, you know, that's going to be an interesting match. And if somehow JST wins that, then obviously there's going to be the big test. Now, what about the other teams, Ladus? Is there a chance any of them go through this? Zero chance, man. I mean, who are you kidding? 93. Good team. 46, not bad either. Peak are definitely good, but then 1V is like a different level, right? So definitely 1V is going that from that side. JST side is crazy, yeah. So JST has to win after today. Today is probably, like I'm saying, it's hopefully going to be an easy match. We don't know that yet. But then even if it's an easy match, let's say JST wins today. After that, I don't know. I don't know what's going to be happening, because you play NV, and then you play 1V, and then you play OV. So that's a lot of Vs. that JST has to face and get a lot of victories out of all those Vs. And yeah, I mean, then JST becomes the true champion. That's what we are hoping for. Championship. But then at the same time, I mean, you know, who are we kidding? There's 1v. But anyways, we are not going to let that bother us. We are going to go and check out the time. What's the time? Okay, we got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. Now, any other realm, is it what kind of talking about? Maybe it is 60 GT. I mean, they're gonna win everything. Definitely they're gonna win everything. Ooh, this is a good match. I'm actually rooting for 1671 here. I like that kingdom a lot. What else is happening? Any other big names clashing today? Now, that's a good match. All right, we got a minute left. Now, let's not look at, you know, other realms. Let's focus on what you need to focus on for the day. Let's click on that. I don't know what it does. It probably sends me a notification, but then, you know, let's click it anyways. How long have we got? We got less than a minute now because I see 11:59 my time and 12 a.m. my time is when the match starts. So less than a minute. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me have a drink of water since we're gonna get very excited during this match. Well, it's time. It's time. Open the doors. It is time, right? Like it is time for sure. Why aren't they opening? Why aren't they opening? Come on. Ooh, JST. Get in. Did I get in? No. What did I do? No, I opened something else. Enter. I clicked Stream Center, I think. Okay, alright. We're in. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we got JST versus 44S. On the blue side, on the left hand side, you got JST, our favorite team. You got all the famous names from ARK and KvK over here. I see Star, I see Pororo, I see Zangbot, Save. Hey, is there 2 Zangbots? No, 1. Alright, and on the right hand side, we got the challenges. 44S from Kingdom 1044. They actually got more power. They got 600 million more power on JST. And you know what's the similarity? They got a lot of Korean names as well. And that is kind of scary because for an ARK match or anything to do with any sort of gamings, we know that Koreans have an advantage because they are so dedicated. Now, other than being racist, let's focus on the match. Oh, Kang 77. So Kang's playing on the other side. Kang, isn't Kang's on the other side? 1044. We got a Kang as well, right? Like, we got a Kang, guys. JST guys on the chat. I thought Kang probably plays everywhere. Now, look at what JST has been doing. JST has been winning, but not dominantly. Look at that Blackpink match. That did get a little close. And then on the other side, Solar Family 44S definitely had a much easier run. Oh, they did get tough on this match. Devils. That's from 14-12. That match kind of got a little tight for them as well. Okay, all right. None of the sides then, I would say, has been dominating too much. So anyways, here we go. So let's have a look at the JST people here. So we got Star leading. We got EXO, Buddy, Captain Jack. Thank you. 10 gifted membership. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Now, good thing you did it now before the match. I definitely appreciate it because otherwise during the match it would have kind of gone for a while. Now, one thing I did smartly is minimized the alert box a little bit, so the sound is a little lower and the alert box is a little lower as well because we obviously want to focus on the ARK match over here. So I'm just going through the names here. Why, I don't know, because I kind of know all of them. That's maybe why. Now we got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and the gates open. Let's look at the gates opening. Let's see who runs that first. So we got Star, obviously Star being the first city over here. We got Buddy as well. So how many double C's have we got running? We got 3 double C's running over here at the moment. Ooh, we see a Chandra. I love to see that all the time. And then and all the typical marches that you will see, right? Like, is there any sort of random marches? There is a random march. There's a Saladin. What is a Saladin doing over here? Is that a thing? Is that a strategy? Is that a mistake? Are we playing with people that, you know, use a Saladin? And look at that. Zone primary. This is something that we expected before, right? Like in Ark, we see all these zone primaries. What else are we doing? I'm clicking on all of them just in case. We see the Zenobias going out, obviously, for garrison and all that. You know what we are not seeing? We are not seeing any Gen Jiska, because I don't think he is a good garrison commander at all. So I don't see him coming out, do we? No. We don't see any Gen Jiska coming out. We see Jadwiga still coming out. Alright, so we clicked on all the marches. We just wanted to see, you know, what sort of marches JST come out when we are watching a JST match. We obviously want to see it for their strategies, just so that we can learn and better ourselves as well when we are playing Ark. Now, there's Attila Takeda rally as well. Alright, all those marches coming out. Hard push being used, obviously. I saw quite a lot of rallies going out from JST. Now, last match JST was, you know, experimenting with different things. I don't think we're going to see any experiments here at the moment. So JST is rallying pretty much everything possible. 2 outposts as well at the same time, and all the obelisks. In terms of obelisk capture, the red team is a little bit behind. So as you can see, the left bottom obelisk hasn't been captured. They're about to get in there now. So obviously we have 30 versus 30. This is a serious stage of the competition. You're gonna have everyone playing very seriously. JST definitely has an advantage, so you can see that they're playing seriously with the obelisk capture, and at the same time going for the outposts as well. So guys, everyone that got a gifted membership through Jack, don't forget to leave a message somewhere thanking him. If you got a free membership, thanks to Jack. Jack, thank you again. All right, now what do we see over here? We see JST scouting. What is Save scouting? What did he just scout? Did he scout a city? Did he scout a rally? Maybe a rally. So on the other side, we do see gatherers coming out, because that's the zone. That's the old zone, not the new zone. There's people scouting here as well. All right, so why am I checking where, you know, random things are happening? Let's check at where the action is gonna be. So Shrine of War, JST's marches are going past, and we know where they're going. They're going to the desert altar. Now we want to see who takes position here first. JST can take the enemy desert altar, or can the enemy take JST's desert altar? Let's see. So the red side, they already got few marches here. They surely canceled their obelisk rally, and they have few marches kind of standing here, right? That's a lot of Guans. So that's a very specific choice. It can't be the same guy. Obviously, 3 separate guys with 3 separate Guans. That's a good choice. And we got Star kind of trying to keep him out of the building, and we got all sorts of JST marches coming out. That's a huge line of marches coming this way. I don't see as many red marches. Red marches are coming in, but then red didn't get there too early. So JST has a good chance of keeping the fight outside the building here, which is good from JST's side. Now let's see what's happening on the other side. JST didn't cancel. JST didn't cancel. Oh my god, are we having drama early on? JST didn't cancel the rally, and they may take the obelisk. They got a Jadwiga in garrison, but then because they took this building late, they can't get city sporting in. Oh, they do get city sporting in now. All right, so now they can definitely defend. Now there was a little delay in capturing that obelisk. That's probably why JST kind of kept that rally running there, and now that the cities have ported in, I don't think this rally has much hope, but good try from JST, obviously. Now the fighting has started at the enemy desert altar, near the 44S desert altar. Now JST, if you can kind of notice, JST is pushing in. JST is fighting on the other side of the building where possible. So they're not fighting behind the building, they're fighting on the other side of the building. And we got more marches coming in. Now one of the marches is stuck. Line, walk. Why are you standing there? You know why line is standing there? Because that's a Zenobia. That much needs to be standing there. Now let's see how smart our opponents are. Can they pay attention and take out the garrison marches? They're taking out one Zenobia, but then the second Zenobia is sitting there hiding under that palm tree. That Zenobia is coming in. JST took the building. Now the garrison is going to be coming in. Hopefully the garrison gets in. If the Zenobia manages to get in, then obviously we keep the building for a bit longer. Now there's one Zenobia already, second Zenobia coming in. So JST prepared well. They got double garrison going into that building. Now on the right hand side, when it comes to the desert altar of JST got a Jadwiga there. Now that's kind of difficult, right? You got a Zenobia in the forward building and you got a Jadwiga in the backwards building. I mean, by backwards, I mean your own building. So again, JST is not a team that I have the capability of analyzing. I'm just commenting on what I see in terms of strategies. Definitely they know better than I do, so not judging or anything, but just kind of, you know, commenting. So wouldn't it have been easier to get the Jadwiga in there? But you know what, we got it. That's the important thing. Now what's happening over here? JST actually took the Shrine of Life as well, but in terms of the Shrine of Life, I do see a cow double C in garrison. So JST didn't put like a garrison here. Nope, JST didn't put a garrison here. Now one of the things that we want to see whether JST got their timing right is about the mid. Now mid has close to 6 minutes, 5 minutes 40 seconds left. We want to see when JST kind of starts going there, because last match when we were watching the JST match in the round of 32, what JST did is they didn't even contest for the first arc properly. Like they didn't go in at all, and with just a minute left they started sending rallies. No marches actually walked in. Now I think JST is definitely aiming for the middle. You know why? Because they are kind of suiciding marches on the cities. By suiciding marches on the cities, they're gonna make sure that do get to go in a time for middle, because these marches need to be dead. If your march is yellow or red, then you obviously want them to die. Now these marches, smartly they have avoided those marches there. They're not helping JST marches die easy, but rather they came in and they're trying to take the building. But then we got Zenobia in garrison, and then that is not easy to swarm down. Now there's gonna be quite a few JST marches kind of stuck here, but let's see if they started going in. Yes, they have started going in. I see blue lines kind of coming in, so the people who has managed to refresh, they're coming in now. Now the people that couldn't teleport, they're the ones that may come a little late to the middle, so for them it's important that they have started walking that way already. So we just saw a Nebu primary. That's gonna take a bit of time to get to the middle. And then I did see another random march here. I saw a Attila. There you go. There's an Attila. Why are we sending Attila? Do we actually use Attila in mid fights anymore? I do not know. Maybe it's for one of the outposts. Now in terms of the outposts, one of the things Red has done is taken over one of the JST outposts, and they're keeping all their own. In terms of the buildings, JST took a couple of extra first occupation. This is why JST score is much higher, and then JST is holding the sky altar on the right hand lane as well, and with a Jadwiga garrison there. That's definitely an achievement. Now that Jadwiga garrison, in terms of the number of marches Red has there, Red probably can't swarm it down. They may need to send a rally. And the other thing happening there, guys, this probably shouldn't be happening. Look at that. That's the garrison leader, right? That is the garrison leader. The garrison leader initially was actually hitting the building as well. Now if the garrison leader goes down, even if Red takes the building, then obviously it's easier for blue to kind of take that building back. But let's keep an eye on the middle. Let's see who is gathering where. So we got about 3 minutes left. Some of the JST marches gathered there early, so Zangbot got there early, but then that was a little too forward. I mean, this is where you kind of want to stand, but then if you want to stand in front of the temple, you need to go there in numbers. Now I don't think JST had enough numbers there. So Red, if I were Red, not that I am Red, if I were Red, I would probably actually engage a little early, because now more JST marches coming in. There was a little bit when JST had a lot less marches here, and then Red could have pushed in, but Red has decided to play it safe, and they are kind of waiting for their own marches to come in as well. So they're gonna wait till the 1 minute mark and then probably start the fighting with the buffs. Now JST has a rally going in. I thought they're gonna, this is what they did in the previous match. So they send the rallies in, they cancel the rallies, and that's all they had in the middle. So they timed it very good. But this time around, it looks like the rally is still going in towards the outpost, so they're not canceling. This is not for the middle fight. Now a lot of red marches going in, a lot of red marches going in. Do you have a lot of blue coming in? We do have a lot of blue coming in as well. Now let's keep an eye on the buildings. Let's not forget the buildings before the mid fight starts. Ooh, the situation has changed in terms of the building game. So JST, a building down, mystical formation, which means middle fight started. So the middle fight is starting with JST with one less building, and we got war drums and mystical formations definitely from both teams kind of going in. So middle fight started with red initiating it, and a lot of blue marches still coming in. So timing wise, JST hasn't timed it as good as you'd like. Now that may cost them this arc. Like number of set phases going out from the middle, it's kind of equal. It's kind of equal. Buddy, wake up. It's kind of equal. It's not. Maybe a few more JST marches going back. Maybe with my biased eyes I can't see it properly, but maybe a few more JST marches are going back. I don't know whether everything is loading. We took off simplified graphics. We wanted to see if we can enjoy a full middle fight without simplified graphics. We saw more blue faces going home first, but then JST probably committed more a number of marches, which is why it looks like they're gonna have the middle. They started fighting with minute and a half left. I think red pushed in a lot of JST marches still in the middle. I don't think red has it anymore, so it's fully JST at the moment. Now there's quite a lot of red marches still coming in, not quite a lot, a few red marches coming in. That's kind of pointless. That's not going to achieve anything. Arc is going to spawn in the next few seconds, and JST should have this first arc easy. Now when I say easy, how easy is this going to be? We don't know that, because they don't have the Shrine of War. JST lost the Shrine of War, and 44S has managed to put a Jadwiga in garrison over there. Now JST mid marches, and from the bases a lot of marches coming in, and they are swarming it down. And what's happening over here? There's JST Desert Altar. No, JST is keeping that, so it'll be safe probably to walk the arc towards the right hand side or top lane. But JST, what they were doing is, and it looks like they're doing it again, so start with the XY, walking back to the outpost. Now we almost had a heart attack last time when JST was doing it in last match, because they almost didn't make it there. Now let's see how that goes. Now all the supporting marches, they're kind of walking away. There's not going to be a lot of support or a lot of guarding of that arc, so we usually see Body and Star kind of saving that arc. Yep, that's what they're going for. They have the outpost, so it doesn't look like there's other red marches around. They have secured their buildings as well. Alright, so JST, like I haven't seen a single JST match so far this season where they're taking the arc to the obelisk at all. So they are consistently going for that outpost strategy. Building game is even, points not that far off, 7,500 versus 5,200, but then this arc is actually going to make that difference. Points per minute a little bit higher on the red side, but then that's to do with blue just took two of these buildings, but it does look quite even, I guess, at the moment. Now JST rallied that. JST actually sent a rally to that outpost during the arc fight, and that was a Joan and something, and the second march must have been Jadwiga, because now there's a Jadwiga garrison, so taking that outpost is gonna take a bit of an effort. So arc safely going in. Star, yes, Star is safely going in. Ooh, there's a almost dead Scipio going for him, almost dead Boudica going for him as well, but the Nevsky can probably take care of it. And this march, these Nevsky and CC marches, they're not gonna make it in time, so hopefully no one is in the outpost, and JST scores the first arc, and that is secured. All right, so now we got a decent points difference in terms of the score. Now Sky Altar, now JST was struggling with this Sky Altar last time, so we are gonna keep an eye on this as well. So we see the Jadwiga garrison here. So last time we couldn't decide whether it was JST not necessarily committing enough marches to defend that building, or whether it was the opponent that was committing too many marches. But it looks like JST has enough marches surrounding the sky altar now, maybe a little bit more than required. So there's quite a lot of marches here, so that building is not falling anytime soon. And JST is rallying with Joan. JST is rallying with Joan. So guys, we saw some of the other teams using Joan as rallies, and that's when we were saying, like, I don't know whether that's like a top rally or anything, but then if JST and 1V does something, or even 60 GT, if any of these three teams does it, then that has to be called meta, because they do sufficient testing. All right, so Joan rally officially a thing. Maybe everyone knew it was a thing, I just didn't know. So we got Kang coming in, massive whale with few marches. He can probably swarm down the rally himself. Let's see whether there's a garrison in that Shrine of War. Yo, pick commentary. Hey man, thank you for your support and being here. Now guys, if you are enjoying this JST action live on our channel, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. So with Joan, I used to think it's a Joan Nevsky rally. No, it's a Joan and Attila rally. All right, is that a thing? JST shouldn't be trolling right now. Like, if they're rallying this, it must be a thing. It probably shouldn't be like an accidental thing. Only 600k in the rally. Ah, all right. If it's only 600k, then it's not gonna do much, I guess. But then if it was a full rally, it probably would have been an alright rally. Like, if you think about it, it probably would have been an alright rally, because it is kind of taking out that Zenobia. Alright, so JST putting pressure on the Shrine of Life. Generally speaking, Shrine of Life, there's not a lot of focus, but it looks like JST is kind of focusing that pretty good. Now, what's happening elsewhere? JST's Shrine of Life is down, and the enemy has it. Now, is JST gonna rally this or gonna try to swarm it down? JST, even after the initial walk out of your starting zone, and not just for middle fight, it looks like JST has a lot of CCs running around. That seems like a thing. You know, every other match is something that you expect, but then, all right, you see Joan being used as a garrison commander here as well. So we see a lot of Jones all over the place. She is definitely the meta commander right now. So on the right hand side, Red has one extra building. On the left hand side, JST actually took over all the buildings. So that rally actually succeeded. So we took our eyes off and we come back, and guess what? There is a Jadwiga in garrison. So every single time JST taking a building, they're putting a proper garrison in there. Now on the top right hand corner, we see a Joan garrison again. So it's all, Joan is all over the place, whether it be rally, whether it be garrison, whether it be open field. There's like all sorts of Jones all over the place. Okay, now it's more safer. You got the Zenobia in garrison again. I don't see a rally. Red has a lot of marches. Red is probably gonna take that building, but the thing JST is doing well is they're taking the buildings every now and then. JST, one of the things that JST kind of didn't do well last match was they didn't have proper garrison in all of the outposts. They started with all of the buildings with proper garrisons, but throughout the match they kind of stopped doing that, and it looks like they're doing that still because one of the outposts is someone else. Now, one of the things that we didn't really check last time was whether JST was actually gathering at all. So from memory, last match JST didn't focus on provisioning at all. They were like no one provisioning. And it looks like that's the case now as well, right? Yep, there's no one provisioning. Well, maybe like, you know, one or two marches here, but it doesn't look like there's like a designated person doing a lot of gathering. But then in terms of the red side, we did see few dedicated people going out with, you know, gathering marches. So yeah, red probably has some gatherers coming in. All right, how long do we have till Ark spawns? We got 3 minutes till Ark spawns. So time to look at middle again. Now red has taken a position earlier. So some of these red marches, it looks like they got there earlier, but then now JST is coming in with more numbers. Is red not going to contest for the middle? No, they are coming in. Now, are they late? Are they late? They're kind of allowing JST to take that forward position again. Is it important to take that forward position? To some extent it is. It's not the end of the world if you don't get the forward position, but then you don't want to allow your enemy always to get it, and red is allowing it. Red is always gathering a little bit further behind, and then they're making it harder for them. How can they avoid it? They probably should have timed it a little bit better, gone there earlier. In terms of JST marches though, with 2.5 minutes left, this is not properly timed, JST. What are you doing? 2.5 minutes left. You still got so many marches coming in. With 2.5 minutes left, you should have had all those marches there. Cornelia Kaiser, hey man, how are you going? So JST definitely should have timed it better. Like, we see a lot of marches going in, which is great. See, that's what I was talking about. Like, why is there an Ethelflaed? It's not like there's less. There isn't enough people with proper garrison. That's an Ethelflaed. But I don't think that Chandra has it. How can a Chandra not have it against an Ethelflaed? Chandra William. Maybe the Chandra William was fighting other marches before. Maybe there's extra garrison. But then do you see how JST is not kind of garrisoning it properly? Like, every now and then they're losing one of the outposts. Buildings game with mid fights about to start. Building games is pretty even. Buildings game is pretty even, exactly the same number of buildings. You can draw a line. The only extra thing is that little red outpost there. And what we have from JST here now for middle with 1 minute 20 seconds left. Who is going to be the first one pushing in? JST now has, well, I was going to say has one extra building, but they don't. They got the Shrine of War. But then I think they just lost the Shrine of Life. So buildings game still pretty even. Both teams still balling up. Less than a minute left now. 50 seconds left. With 50 seconds left, JST's timing is definitely not right. There's a lot of marches still walking in. This is not gonna be enough, let alone 1v. This is not gonna be enough for NenV even in terms of the timing. So my excitement kind of went down a little bit, because next time when we are, casting the NenV match, I'm gonna sound a lot down, not as excited, because there's gonna be a very challenging match for a JST. They're not quite there yet. Now JST is pushing in. Now JST pushed in with some of their marches. They still have few more marches coming in, but they decided to push in. They haven't used a skill. They're trying to take the opponent by surprise, because red still has more marches coming in. Now there's only 4 seconds left for Ark to spawn. Is it? Yeah, Ark just spawned. Yeah. So with 10 seconds left, I would say, JST pushed in and used Heaven's Grace. JST captured the Ark. Now, allowing JST to take that forward position, what it did is the Ark is not even contested. So there's a lot of fighting taking place here, but the red marches are not contesting Ark at all. So why did you go in the middle if you're not gonna fight? So this is quite confusing. This is quite confusing from red, to be honest, as in this is very late. Very strong commentary. As in, you mean I'm being harsh on either side? Well, obviously I'm gonna be harsh with JST because I want them to be the best team in the RoK world. So obviously I'm harsh with them if they're not doing anything, everything spotless, right? But anyways, look at that middle fight. Now red, this is, rather than JST being dominating here, red kind of didn't play it right. Like, I don't know what they're doing, which is why it was obviously much easier for JST to capture the Ark and then kind of, walk home with that. JST has a lot of marches around as well, so the red marches that kind of made it through, they're not gonna have much of a success. I want to say there's 2 Saladins. I mean, seriously, there's 2 Saladins. Saladin is seriously a thing, so both sides using a Saladin. Now, as much as JST using a Saladin, I don't buy that. Like John, because JST is using it, I'm gonna say, yeah, maybe that's a thing, rally or garrison, but there's no way. Like, I know Saladin enough to know that he's not made to do this role. So I don't know why both sides kind of has a Saladin over there. I mean, very strong performance, haha, like a professional sports commentator. Hey man, what are you trying to say? You don't think I'm professional? Of course I'm professional. Just kidding, man. All right, now what do we have over here? Is the Ark walking safely? The Ark is walking safely. There isn't enough red marches here to contest the Ark as much as they can maybe take that outpost. No, they didn't even take the outpost. All right, so Ark is pretty safe. What's happening with the buildings? Now, with the commitment to Ark, with all those marches, JST has managed to lose their buildings. That's one other thing that we are worried about. Like, as in making sure you have sufficient marches to at least not lose the building. Now JST hasn't found that balance quite right yet, because they did lose all the buildings on the top lane. Now look at that mini map. On the top lane there's not a single building that's blue, it's all red. And what red has managed to do, they put a proper garrison there as well. So you got Amanitore. Like, I don't know why I'm saying Amanitore is proper garrison. When's the last time someone picked Amanitore to be garrison? I mean, I have to, if I have to garrison, because that's all I have, but that's not a thing anymore. All right, so Gen, ooh, I was gonna say that Gen Jizga is not a thing. I didn't see any Gen Jizgas coming out at the start from JST, but now there is. Now there is. We got a Janjiska in garrison, and JST has secured that building. They're going for the other building now. Now what JST is doing, which is not a bad thing, they went all in for middle. Now if they went all in for middle, then they're obviously gonna, you know, kind of miss out on some of the buildings. So that's a given. But with the all in, I'm still gonna say all in is not a bad thing. But even in terms of the all in, they went all in a little late. Not everyone was there at the same time. Now Sky Altar, what is happening with the Sky Altar here? Is there a rally coming? Why are there so many red marches standing here? In anticipation, you're just standing there? Is that what's happening? I think that is what's happening. And then they probably heard me and they're now walking away. They're full marches. Some of them, the ones that are walking back. JST has the Shrine of War. Now, last match, JST didn't lose the Shrine of War that often, but they lost the Sky Altar often, and now they lost the Sky Altar again. Now this is nothing to do with the middle fight. Middle fight was over minutes ago. Everyone had a good chance to refresh, reset and everything. So we got Strike, Zangbot, Panda. See that KvK? Like, JST uses a lot of KvK. That's one thing I'm gonna say that I'm surprised by. A lot of KvK being used. And someone actually went out with a Freddy primary from the red side. And why you walking back? Kang77, why you walking back, man? Just kill the march there. Why you going for this long walk? You know how long that's gonna take you to get home? Seriously? Alright, there's more action in the Sky Altar, Desert Altar as well. There's a lot of JST marches here. Red's kind of going in. Now, why do we have so many red JST marches here? Like, why? Holder. Why is Holder fighting around the cities, man? Why are you fighting around the cities? Why aren't you next to the building? Is that a thing? You're not paying attention to your marches, man? Strange strategy from 44 not to contest second arc, but still using skills. Yeah. I mean, if they were trying to confuse, like I was confused, if they were trying to confuse JST, well, they did, but then it didn't bring them that good. Like, second arc gave you more points than for the limited amount of times they held the buildings. So building game back to even, I don't think it was even a good strategy. Like, if you don't contest at all, different story. You use points, you send a lot of marches in the middle anyways. So I don't know how that's a strategy. That outpost game is still pretty bad. Panda is gonna go to the building. Panda is gonna be bothered in the middle whilst he's walking there. No, he's gonna make it there. But then it's going to be still, even after Panda gets in there, it's going to be next Y garrison. Like, trust me, the last match, JST, when they started, they had proper garrisons in all the buildings.
And then halfway through, they lost track somehow. This is the next Y going in again. Outpost doesn't matter as much. Okay, still 30 points. In this match, I guess it doesn't matter as much, but you know what? This is not what you're practicing for now. Ooh, is it time for RoK again? So 4.5 minutes left. We do see some of the JST matches going in the middle already. From the top side, all the matches started walking in. What about the bottom side? Bottom side matches looks like they're a few seconds late, but they're still going in. John Relly again. Is that Attila as well? Was that Attila as well, or no? That's John Nevsky. All right, Flavius. So we kind of saw all the garrison leaders today, including Jen. So everyone's using like mixed. JST about to lose the Sky Altar. Possibly there's a garrison leader standing outside these support marches. If they get in time, they probably won't. I'm not too sure how many more support marches are coming here. So there's one dead one, but then yeah, no. Well, there is some marches coming in, I guess. But then more interesting is the fight in the middle. Now JST this time around, they can't take as forward a position because Red has decent numbers now and Red is standing a little bit farther forward. Last time they were standing here. Like seriously, you're standing that far? Now does Red have, do you guys think Red has more numbers now? I kind of have a feeling that Red has more numbers now. If Red has more numbers now, and that rally JST is not going to cancel. That John rally is just going to walk through the middle. And it's gonna go for the same outpost again. Yep, it's gonna go for the same outpost again. Why is this guy standing here with... Why are you standing here, man? Like, stand on the caravan. Why are you standing outside? Two and a half minutes left. Both the teams still have marches coming in. Except outposts are hard to defend because you can only get 500k inside, which is less than 2 full troops. I don't know how to think about it, but I usually think that if you put one full proper garrison march, then a cav march running around can't take it. Like you don't have to put 2 marches maybe, but at least 1 march. Now Red took the upper hand this time. Red is playing seriously now. So Red got war drums coming in, and now Body uses war drum as well. But then look at what Red did. This time around Red played smart, and Red took advantage of JST being slow. All these marches, all of you guys are slow. Why are you coming in so late? Now Red definitely playing this right. They pushed in hard with all the skills. They realized JST was not going to get there in time, and they are pushing in. In terms of the quality of marches, I mean, it's hard to tell. You see all the same commander faces from both sides, equipment and whatever wise. JST may have a little bit of an upper hand, but at the moment I see more JST sad faces going home. I see a little bit more JST sad faces going home. That's because JST wasn't there in time to gather. Go on, get in, go on. Yep. Guys, you're walking. There's probably a glitch on my screen. I thought they were just standing there. Alright, now I think JST has handled the situation. So one thing that became apparent is Red knew when to strike, when to go for middle. The quality of marches definitely, it looks like, was better on JST. JST eventually had more numbers there as well, so JST clearly won the middle fight quite dominantly. But then imagine this, if the red team wasn't 44S, if the red team actually was NenV even, which is potentially the next match for JST, then this middle fight wouldn't have been as easy. Because for half the time, and when Red pushed in, JST didn't actually come back too much. So JST stood there and held the ground. Sometimes when your enemy is pushing in and your marches are not there, you can walk in a little bit. walk in a little bit to make sure that you kind of group up with your teams. Now JST didn't do the walk back thing. JST felt confident, so they stood there, but to me it kind of looked like it could have gotten a little risky. But anyways, this is looking pretty good now. Now buildings game. Now how we know red is not necessarily a bad team is because red is, whenever they're getting a chance, they're taking over 1 or 2 blue buildings as well. So in terms of building occupation, the score won't be too far behind probably for red. But then when it comes to the mid fights, red probably needs to commit a little bit more. So red tried a Henry Archer rally here previously, and now we see a saw a Cav rally Joan, and in the rally they already had the garrison. See how Moons had a garrison there, so which is good. They're playing alright. I don't know why people are using Saladin still, but anyways. Alright, that building. So the desert altar, one thing I have to say is JST is defending that desert altar very well, and compared to the last match, JST doing a better job defending the sky altar as well. So these are the 2 main buildings that you don't want to lose. So these 2 buildings, JST has been doing a good job in terms of, you know, keeping them full at all stages. So that is definitely good. Wilson, thank you for your subscription. Alright guys, reminder again, if you're enjoying this action, it will be much appreciated if you drop a like and subscription, because we are obviously going to cast every single JST match that JST has in this competition, hopefully till the final. So definitely you don't want to miss out on that action, and you giving a thumbs up to the video or the stream, and then you know, doing a subscription definitely helps us stay motivated to keep doing this. Now see how this random green icon that comes up over here, have you noticed that before? I never did. Now why can we do things like this? We can do things like this because JST is clearly winning this match. So with 20 minutes left, this match has definitely given signs of, you know, JST an easy win for JST. Now I don't know, you guys tell me, should we kind of look around and try to see any of the other matches? We wanted to see JST in action. We saw JST in action. JST is definitely playing pretty good, but then with 20 minutes left, I don't know whether you guys want to check out another match. What do you guys think? Chat. Do you guys want us to check the 10-21 match or stay with the JST match? I don't mind either. Oh, we see Siege going out. Siege, where you going out, man? 71. Are you down to Siege already? TR match is closed, Sep. Yeah, maybe we go and have a look at one of the other matches. 10-21 enemies throwing. So 74 envy is throwing. Now the thing with the TR match, guys, is if I leave this match, there's no guarantee I can get into the TR match, because you know how Lilith doesn't love us. We are not whitelisted, so if we go out of a match, there's no guarantee we can get into that. But if you are not whitelisted, not sure if you can switch. Yeah, Sep, that's the thing, man. If I go out, I run the risk of not being able to see any of the matches. So I asked Lilith about the whitelisting. They said they're, you know, developing something where next time it'll be everyone can kind of, you know, watch every match. They were trying to develop it this time, but they didn't manage to. Alright, so we got Jan Jiska in action again, but then Jan Jiska is kind of weak against Swarm, and there's gonna be obviously a lot of swarming in Ark. We got a Star Rally, Henry and Nebu, which along with that there was a heavy swarm, so the Sky Altar fell. Actually, guys, actually look at the map. You know what? We thought JST was going to win this easy. Look at the map. What do you see? There's a lot of red. There's way too many red. Why, JST? Why? What are you doing? So that's that building. I don't think these 2 marches can get it down, can it? That's a Jadwiga and Theodora in garrison. I don't think we get that back. We need more marches to come in and swarm. And then I was saying that Desert Altar doesn't fall for JST. Maybe I'm the curse and I said that and that fell. JST took it back though, but then it did fall for a little bit. There's one outpost that's red. The Shrine of War is red as well. Points per minute. Look at that. JST 220 and the red side 44S is 450. Well, it's 370 now, but Gap cross, good matches compensate JST strat. Ha ha ha. Yeah. TR match is full. Yeah, obviously those matches are going to be full, man. But you know how there's that trick where you get out of the match and then you keep clicking and then you can get in still. So if you just keep clicking, sometimes you get in. So that's what we could have tried, but I think it's safe. I think with 15 minutes left, there's no point kind of going around. So what we're doing now is I'm kind of trying to keep an eye out on what are the things that JST is not doing great. I'm sure JST, you know, someone within JST is going to record the match and they're going to talk about it after. So it's not like they have to, you know, wait for me to do that. But then I still want to do that bit because I hope they fix some of these things. Now, we see a garrison coming in, that Gen is coming in, and there's all these people that probably, I mean, no, they don't have the building already. I don't know whether they should have tried to swarm that much first. Swarm that garrison leader. Now the garrison leader went in, but then they're not changing the garrison leader. JST, wake up, change the garrison leader. So that Gen coming in didn't help at all, because till the end the garrison leader remained the, what's it called, Henry. And now the red Gen is there. Okay. So is building games even? No, building games isn't even. Now JST has an upper hand. JST took over some of the blue buildings. I think when you're watching a match, when you're watching one of these matches and you have a team that you support and all that, one of the things that you want to feel secured about, the first thing that you want to feel secured about is your team doesn't lose your own buildings as much. Now what JST is doing is often they're taking over a lot more buildings, but then when I'm watching a 1v match, it feels like they never lose their altars. And I don't think we can say that for JST, right? Now red is a decent team, but then it's not the best team out there. And the last team that JST played against wasn't the best team out there either. Like, look at these guys, they're even bringing out Siege. Why and how JST keeps losing their building all the time is still kind of beyond me. Now with 2.5 minutes left, red has, look at where red is taking position. Red is taking position way far behind. And some people from the red side were trying to take a position a little bit too forward maybe, and they kind of got cleared out. So red is not going to be in full strength. Red is definitely not going to be in full strength. JST has a lot of marches still to come in with a minute, a bit less than 2 minutes left. Now they're teasing these red marches. The red marches doesn't know red. There are more red marches, but the red marches doesn't feel confident to charge in to the blue marches. So you know what's going to happen? Pororo is going to charge in. Pororo and Holder, Star, the body, all of them decided to charge in. So they're the ones charging in. JST should really be coming back a little bit, maybe. They're a little bit too forward, and I think they are coming back now. JST may not have had enough marches there to be that aggressive. Now red is... Now what's happening with this is some of the red guys pushed, but the other ones didn't. Now JST is going with hard to the death, so is red. So both teams throughout the match is matching skills. The only difference that we're seeing now is with to the death, JST has mystical formation and 44S has war drums. Now, which one works better with To the Death? I think Mystical Formation does. But the middle fight is taking place with is it more red marches? Do you think it's more red marches? I don't know. See how many blue faces going back home, sad faced. That's a lot of blue marches going home. And I just saw only one red march going through. So is finally red is having better luck with the middle fight. It looks like red is. I see a lot more JST marches going in. This is to do with red JST not being there in the middle together at the same time. Oh my god, it's all red now. It's fully red in the middle now. So JST has to go through this middle fight a little bit longer. They are probably gonna send more marches in. Yeah, they're gonna send more marches in, but this is not something that JST can have, I think, anymore. So there's few JST marches on the right hand side. They're still alive, but it's mostly red. It's all red. I think JST lost this arc, right? How long left? A couple seconds. Oh, the arc is there. Arc is there already. Someone's grabbing it. Yep, someone's grabbing it from the red side, and it's probably gonna start going back to the red dead side. Nen M, good luck JST. Thank you. Sep, TR 84OF, both 22.5k, but TR has arc. Oh, okay, well then TR got it, I guess. So mid fight. So what happened differently this time? So this time around, red didn't push the buildings enough, which is why JST still has the buildings. JST hasn't lost any building. JST rather has all the buildings at the top side and one extra building at the bottom. So basically other than one building, everything is blue. So JST didn't focus enough. Now, is JST coming in from the sides to contest the arc, or JST has given up on the arc? So we got more red marches coming in. We got a lot more blue march. Oh, JST is not giving up on this arc, guys. Look at that. There's a lot more JST guys coming in. All right, now this is a good challenge. Can you secure this arc? Is JST gonna come in from both sides? JST is kind of coming in from both sides. So you got people coming in from the bottom lane through the right hand side, and you got people coming in from JST from the top side, from the top lane. Now, I don't know why arc was on the other side. Red almost had it, right? But then the arc was actually... Is that a Khan? What you doing with the Khan, man? Come back, Khan. You're making a comeback for the Khan? Is that your play? You're trying to make Khan do a comeback? Why? Why do you want Khan to do a comeback? Alright, so JST now... I thought this arc was lost, but JST is not giving up on the arc. I don't know how red is messing it up, but red is messing it up. No, it's a trap. It feels like it's a trap now, man. It didn't feel like a trap earlier. It felt like red won the mid fight. It looked like red should have had the arc somewhere here by now. How come they were not dragging the arc? I don't know. Well, it's slowly walking back. But now look at the blue numbers here. So all the blue marches that went back because of To the Death, they refreshed and they're coming back now. That's a lot of numbers. Red doesn't have equal numbers fighting over here. I think for the rest of the 8 minutes, this arc fight may go on because the arc is on the red side. It's easier for red to get marches there, but JST obviously doesn't mind because JST got extra buildings, plus they got a huge points advantage. So even if the arc is not delivered or something, they don't mind. Actually, technically the match is over, so even if red gets the arc, it doesn't make a difference. But we want to see whether JST can make this impossible happen and somehow get this arc. It looks like they can, more so than their credit. I kind of feel like red didn't do a good job in dragging the arc in a timely fashion. Lilith's agent? Who is Lilith's agent, man? Why are you calling me Lilith's agent? Tran Bao, thank you for your subscription. Swift Stride 44S is going for Swift Stride. They want to deliver the arc quickly. Now red has more marches coming in. Is JST still sending marches in? Yes, JST is still sending marches in. JST is kind of going all in the middle, and why not? You got extra buildings, so obviously you're gonna go with that. Oh, the one with Khan's, the one with the Khan, yeah. Is it Khan Prime next? Is that what's coming up, Khan Prime? But Khan is a legendary, right? They're gonna prime all the purples first. They want newer players to invest in Khan. That's why. That's what they're doing. Stanley, thank you for your subscription, man. Right. It looks like the Ark got stuck in the middle. It doesn't look like the Ark is gonna go anywhere. Now JST has 7 minutes to prove their worth. Get that Ark. You shouldn't have lost that Ark. The only reason you are not winning that Ark is because you didn't go in middle together at the same time. That's why JST doesn't have that Ark. Now they have a chance to redeem themselves by somehow securing this Ark from a difficult position. Now JST has marches going in from the right hand side. They're kind of coming in. JST just used Swift Stride. Why did you use Swift Stride? Have you got the Ark? Where is the Ark? Ark is sitting somewhere here. Ark is sitting somewhere here. I don't know who has it. JST is trying to get their marches to be faster. Actually, it looks like JST has it again, right? Like, it does look like JST has it again. There's definitely a lot more blue marches in the middle now. There's some red coming in still. Ooh, it can still go either way. Some of the JST marches are all walking in all the way from here. You know why? They were probably committed to this desert altar. But then now, desert altar doesn't mean as much. It's more about the Ark. Now has JST has gotten the Ark back to the middle. So it looks like they are securing it. Now with 5.5 minutes left, they should be able to walk it back, right? Well, if red commits a lot more marches, maybe they can stop JST from scoring that Ark. Alright, who is walking with the Ark? Who is this carrier? We got Star. Star's Nevsky is walking away, and in the way, all of the red marches that are trying to chase him are dying, and it's all blue now in the middle. It's mostly blue now, but then there's all these reds coming in. So we got Hakun coming in, and we got Manor coming in. We got a 6 coming in. These guys, are they gonna be there in time? I don't think they're gonna be in time. So do they have any other strategies they can utilize red other than coming through the middle? Probably not. It's not like they have extra buildings on JST's side, so it's not like they can kind of come in from the sides as well. All red can do is just come through the middle, and coming through the middle now, it's kind of suicide because there's a lot of JST marches around, so they're not even allowing the red marches to get all the way there. They're dying halfway through. Buddy, wake up. Buddy, wake up. JST wins. Yeah, JST wins, of course, man. It's 40,000 versus 22. But in terms of the Ark, within the last 4 minutes, we wanted to see if JST can redeem themselves and make sure they get all 3 Arks. Because the last Ark, they should have gotten it easy, but then they didn't get there in time. A part of me kind of thinks that it was better if JST didn't get that Ark, because then it'll bother them more to make sure in the next match they get in the middle with a timer to spare rather than last second. Now it's all over the place now. Everyone's going in the middle, but then it's too late, obviously. JST is gonna go in and score the Ark. For an Ark carrier, Horus March is walking pretty fast. So the forward buildings JST had, they obviously gave them extra points as well. Red is just starting to take some of those buildings back. Zenobia still in garrison. With 3 minutes left in the match, obviously everyone's just fighting wherever they can. Some of the guys are kind of, you know, standing here. I don't know why. Go and swarm. They're waiting for the rally to come in, maybe. Maybe that's why they're waiting. Oh wait, what is this? John Doe. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? John Doe with a Julius in the match. Like, are you trolling me because I used Julius's, you know, picture, profile, avatar, whatever? Is that in my honor? Why else would you be using a Julius Caesar? Well, there's a reason why you could be using Julius, right? Because Julius, and if you have a Mehmet behind, obviously you have the biggest march that you can carry. Maybe that's what he's going for, to make sure, you know, he has the biggest sort of march coming in to garrison the desert order when they get it. Now JST has scored that arc. There was nothing to kind of check to the outpost, so JST for every single arc kind of went for that hard push. 44S just using up their points with 2 minutes left. Another agent, lol. Yep, another agent, and then M with the OP comments. So guys, what do you think? Based on what you saw so far, what do you think? Do you think JST is showing a top team level performance? Do you think that JST is playing in a way that gives you a lot of courage that JST is going to win? Well, not going to win, has a chance of winning against the 1v teams. Let's not even talk about 1v, let's talk about NV. Do you think there's a chance JST with today's performance? Let us know in the chat. Do you think JST has a chance of actually winning against NV in the next match based on how they played today? Wasn't necessarily their best performance. Then apart from the last show, it was great. It was alright. The last was a little messy. Except JST is definitely top 4 with 1v, new V, and 1021. Yeah, top 4 for sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, if JST wasn't top 4, why are we even talking about it, man? But then, like, I'm kind of trying to say top 2. Not even top 1. I'm trying to say is JST showing top 2 level gameplay. Like same level as 1v. So if you wanna say top 2, is it 1v in JST or is it 1v and NV? And this is only the top realm, because then 60 GD is there as well, right? All right, now we come to an end of the match. I think rough draft, they have a shot to win it all. They do have a shot as long as they pull it together. Now with that match coming to an end, I don't think we have to wonder, because next week we are gonna figure out whether NV is a better team or a JST, because this next match should be JST versus NV, right? Is that what we are working towards? Except new V, 1v, our strategy is more polished. Just JST is more creative, I would say. Yeah, definitely. JST is a lot more creative. That's where they have the edge. But then at the same time, trying to be creative sometimes may hamper the organization level, maybe. All right, let's have a look. In terms of the score, JST has all the arcs, which is great. Occupation score, better for JST as well. I was actually thinking that could be pretty decent for Solar, but nope. JST had a much bigger score. Provisioning, JST did a little bit more than their previous match, but less than what 44S did. 3,400, not that much. Total kills, JST had more kills. And JST had to heal more. Now JST always has to heal more, because JST apparently is the weakest team in this realm with the least power possible. Alright, that's enough of that match. Congratulations for JST for heading towards the match against NV, I want to say. Now let's go and check. Where's my menu? My menu is gone. I want to see the scores. Alright, menu is back. Alright, let's go and check the scores of the other matches so that we know what's happening. Alright, I can't even train troops. I don't... Alright, let's train troops later. Let's see the scores. Oh wow, 74 NV didn't even show up. Alright, good for me. We got some coins out of that. NV dominated, well, not as much, but you know, it did. Alright, TR with a marginal victory. Just 1,000 points. That match was a lot closer than I thought it would be. So guys, what happened there? Did TR not play as good, or was the other team very strong? JST dominant victory there. What time is Nanvi playing? 1v playing at 15. Oh, Nanvi won already, obviously. Yep, sorry, Nanvi already won. So JST and Nanvi should be the next week's match, which is obviously exciting. What is happening there? There was only one match in Anubis. 60MX won dominantly. Bastard. No, that's not the match. Yes, the team I was going for won. 23-86. Guys, 23-86 is a strong team. So if you're, for whatever reason, if you find it hard to pick a team, you can probably safely bet on this one. 23-86 CPFW. They're like mini 1v. Very organized. DQ, strong team. DQ obviously won that. FCK won their match. Watch Sobek later. What's happening in Sobek? Oh, Sobek matches are walkover all over the place, man. I mean, none of them are like even real matches. You got 88 Valhalla, 81,000 versus 4,000. You got 89 CG. I know this name. Why do I know this? Ah, this is why I know this. I looked at 89 CG and I was like, I know this team. That is because that is the team where the 1556 for Baba group is migrating. 2489, head up by Avrix. Now, the other day I was talking to Avrix. We want to feature him on the channel a little bit, so hopefully we get to do that. But anyways, in terms of today's action, our main aim was to cover JST action, and we definitely did. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And you have already dropped a like. If you haven't, do this now, because that makes sure that the next week I'm going to cover another JST match as well. And thank you everyone for your support, especially Captain Jack with your gifted subs. Now, Jack, not necessarily I need you to do this all the time, but if you're generous enough and then you do it, then obviously we appreciate this. You gave some donations last stream as well. Obviously that's much appreciated. So whatever donations and whatever we get out of stream, obviously we make sure we put it all back. This is how we got a fancy layout on the stream in the background, overlays and everything. And we are looking at potentially getting a Steam Deck in the near future, where you can have fancy buttons, and we are looking at getting a face cam maybe as well. So we are going all in with this, just like how we are all in with our support with JST. Now, with that note, I'm gonna say bye here. Thank you everyone for watching the match with us, and good night to you all, and I hope you all a very good Sunday night, and hopefully you enjoy the upcoming Osiris action matches as well. Now, 15 UTC match I can't stream because I'm playing, so I hope you guys are praying for us. In a VC 56 we are going versus OV, and if we win, that will be an upset, and we are looking at causing that upset. All right, so I'm gonna go and prepare for that match now, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.